What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me here in Tokyo, Japan, as usual, having a good time. I don't know if I'm ready to go home. I don't know if it's just from a tourist's perspective or what, but man, it's just been a great experience here in Japan, and I'm loving it. But as usual, you know, I'm tuned in to what's going on back at home because I got to go back home, and I've grown a full head of hair. Let me just say that I've grown a full head of hair, but don't worry about it. We're going to take care of the beard. We're going to take care of the hair. I got my barber on call as soon as I get back to the United States of America. He going to take care of that. So by the time you see me on the Millionaire Morning Show on Monday and Q's show on this channel, we're going to have everything settled and back together, right? But I've been keeping an eye on things, and I can't believe some of the stuff that you guys have sent me, not because you sent it to me, but because of the stuff that's happening back in the United States of America. Oh man, it's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. I just did a video or a breakdown, actually two of them, of what was happening over in Houston, right? I think that Houston is the new Atlanta, and that it's the new piece of shit city, if I do just be very direct and say so myself. Y'all showed me love in Atlanta when I showed up there for the Patreon meetup because it's a central location. But the city itself, and you got to understand, like, you are not your city, you are not your circumstances, you are not your environment, you are bigger than that. You just don't know any better because you haven't spent enough time mining out who it is that you are, and you define yourself based off of something that you don't even own. You don't own your city. It's somewhere where people all go together to hopefully create a cultural norm, and the cultural norm, the thing that you celebrate the most in these cities, including Atlanta and now Houston, which is the new Atlanta, according to what a lot of y'all say, is absolute fucking trash, right? One of the articles that I covered, one of the reports that I have been covering is, oh look, it's a black woman over there, and she's dressing like a cultural Japanese woman, very feminine, cool, the whole 9 yards. Wow, that's impressive. Got her umbrella out. I'm so impressed. Maybe it is just the culture of America. Maybe it's Western culture. Maybe it's not the women themselves. I don't know. If you take the fish and you put them in a completely different fish bowl, will they adapt to their environment, or will they force the environment to adapt to them? Completely different conversation. But I have been doing having a conversation about what was going on over in Houston. And there's an outbreak. I mean, it's an outbreak like a third world country of the amount of women that's coming down with syphilis and other venereal diseases, so much so to where they're passing it on to their babies at birth. It's crazy. I don't even think that we would know the numbers are what they are if they weren't having children, in which you didn't have to report what the heck is going on. And then now we have, the availability of data and statistics based off of the fact that they had to have a kid, and so they passing this on to the kid at birth. Now we know that there's a large majority of the women that are getting impregnated and having sex, and then ultimately getting pregnant and having a child out of wedlock with a small minority of the worst of us. Most black men are dope. Most black men actually take care of their children. Most black men are on top of things. So that completely dispels that myth. But fucking Mocha Fest. And it had to happen right in Houston. You see how I tied that in there? Happened right in Houston. And in Mocha Fest, right, it's basically debauchery on full display. I mean, it takes all of the worst of us. It takes our music. It takes our cultural norms, the things that we celebrate the most, that's the worst for us. And it takes our inherent appetite to do some crazy dumb shit on camera now that we even have social media, because it was bad enough that we had Freaknik. But boy, oh boy, the stuff that y'all sent me on them videos of what the fuck was happening in Mocha Fest, they had to make it called Mocha Fest, didn't they? The stuff that y'all sent me, I said, this can't be life. This can't be the inherent nature of black people. They have to be doing something differently than this. This cannot be the thing that y'all actually seeking to go out and do and participate in. This cannot be the thing that y'all think is fun. Going out and being promiscuous amongst each other in public with social media with people you don't even know, And this goes for both guys. See, I'm not just getting on my ladies. This goes for both guys and women. Guys is out here eating out chicks that they ain't never seen before, and they look horrible. Man, listen. Women is out here trading spaces and the things that they would do publicly in front of other. Y'all not even shamed no more. Y'all just do whatever whenever it happens. And honestly, I think that this is the highlight, right? Now that we can see, now that we can remove all of the doors behind what people would be shamed about and not be shamed about. The fact that we know that they're not even shamed about their issues and their problems. And as a matter of fact, they don't even see it as a problem anymore. Shows you the times that we live in. We live in times that is absolutely, positively the worst for us. I don't think that it's any saving it. I don't even think that they want to be saved. I don't think that they think there's anything wrong with their behavior, and that's the problem. Nobody think that there's anything wrong with it. They go back to their normal lives. They're going past diseases over to each other. They have children out of wedlock. The children then come out with syphilis. They don't know who the fathers of their children are. And then now we have to be subjected to it, because then you'll have somebody like a Umar Johnson or a Boyce Watkins coming to us and saying that it's now all black men's fault, when we know that people are choosing and they have the ability to be able to choose what they want to do for themselves. But you still hold the rest of the population accountable for things that we don't even know or we don't even participate in. The stuff that I seen that they was recording on camera, that everybody was publicly doing, was wild, man. You can't find me 10 feet close to something that I think is going to happen that is not in my best interest. And maybe that's why I need to embrace even more being a lame. I love being a lame. I love being a nerd. I love being, a person that don't get caught up in the nonsense, because this is absolute trash, utter bullshit. It is the worst for us. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that I wasn't right years ago, and I still stand 10 toes down on it, because there's nothing that anybody has told me that can convince me differently, that black culture and the things that we celebrate the most is trash. Our festivals are garbage. Mocha Fest? This is what y'all doing now? And right in Houston. So Atlanta is Sodom, and then Houston is Gomorrah. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Do you think that the culture is beyond saving based off of what it is that we see happening in society today? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am the person that has it all wrong and I'm backwards, and it is better to be the cool thug that then impregnate the women versus actually being a person that's best for your family and a person that's doing the thing that's in the best interest of the community. I don't know. This culture is telling me that I'm right. Maybe American culture and Western culture, based off of what we've socialized to be the normal thing for people to do, maybe that's right. Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe and get that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift, man. I'm about to take in all of this while I still can. I'm out.